Hey, welcome to this week's episode of Grow Kids Minds. I'm Lisa Rigoni, and today we're going to talk about criticism. So criticism is something that happens. It happens through life. There's a positive way to do it, and there's a negative way to do it. And if you're, whether you're at school, whether you're teaching, whether you're working a job, at any point in life, you're going to come across people that criticize you. And I wanted to talk today about the positive way of doing it and the negative way of doing it. So that when we're talking to our kids, we're making sure that we focus on that positive side of things, because, of course, if we're role modelling it, they're going to, in turn, do it themselves. And we definitely prefer our children to be able to take that feedback, that criticism or that feedback in a positive way, and also then as they grow into adults be able to dish it out in a positive way. All right, so if you are giving feedback, or when you're giving feedback, whether it's in the workplace or at home or in the classroom, the focus needs to be on getting that person to grow, to learn and to grow. That's why we do it. If your criticism or your feedback is negative, it won't be taken the right way, and it's not going to get the result that you want, which is for that person to learn and to grow and to improve. So I want to talk about, I guess, the wrong way first. And I feel, listen to my, it's very heavy. It's heavy when you see people doing it. And it's really heavy for me if I see or hear it with kids, because it can really damage them. Not just in that moment, but forever moving forward. So just be mindful of the words that you're saying. And the main thing is to focus on, when you're talking about things, you're focusing on the action, not the person. So, I'm going to leave the workplace out of this because we do mostly kid stuff. So we're focusing on the action that child's done, not them as a person. So when you're saying things like, let's say they haven't put their shoes on to go to school, because we all know that happens, and you have to ask 17 times to get them to get their shoes on sometimes. So they haven't put their shoes on. It's the 13th time that you've asked already, and you're getting mad, and it's like, can you put your damn shoes on? You're so lazy. You always do this. Just get your shoes on. Okay, they're hearing, I'm lazy. I always do this. I don't do what I'm asked. Those are the three things they hear. And they are personal attributes. I am lazy. So if they hear that enough times, guess what? I'm lazy. So I'm lazy. I'm lazy. And you hear kids as they get older start walking around labeling themselves. I'm lazy. So if I'm already lazy, then why should I bother? And as they get older, well, I'm lazy. I don't need to put my shoes on. I don't need to brush my hair. I don't need to make my bed. I don't even need to do homework because I'm lazy. That's the type of person I am. And same with, you always do this. I can't stand that either, because no one always does something. Even when I want to, I can't always do something. The closest I'd come to would be to always make my bed in the morning. I do always make my bed in the morning, but there's going to be that occasion where I don't. So we can never label anything as always. You might get close to it, but it's highly unlikely anything's ever going to be always. And so if you're telling that child that they always do something, guess what's going to happen? They will think that they always do it, and then why bother? Why should I bother doing the opposite? I always do this anyway. That's the type of person I am. All right, so we want to be careful of that negative side of things. So if that situation happened, and it will, there's going to be the time when the kids don't get their shoes on, you're pulling your hair out and you're ready to, oh gosh, I've got 3 kids to drop off at different schools, and I've got to drive, and then I've got to go here and I've got to do there, and just get your damn shoes on. So it's going to happen. But instead of saying you are so lazy and you always do this, you want to make sure it's focused on the action. What do I want them to do? I want them to get the shoes on. How am I going to achieve that? I'm going to tell them, if they don't have their shoes on in the next 30 seconds, they're going to either have to put them on in the car or go to school with no shoes on. They're your choices now. So, and may or may not have happened this week for us. And we did. Like, one of the kids was walking out with one shoe on, one shoe off. You know, I didn't attack the personality. I didn't say they always do anything. I didn't say that they're lazy or any of those sorts of things. They're just, in this moment, you haven't done what I've asked you to. So to get you to do what I've asked you to, I give you a choice. And that choice is get your shoes on in the next 30 seconds, or you're walking out the door with no shoes on. And then they choose from there. So, and if I'm talking about them not doing something, so instead of saying you never put your shoes on in time, never's the same as always, never. No one ever never does something. Sometimes you can do it if you choose to. So it would be more about how I'm feeling. You know, I'm really disappointed that shoes aren't on right now. What are you doing? Why aren't your shoes on yet? So it's always about the action. I'm really bothered that your shoes haven't been put on yet, or that you haven't put your shoes on yet. It's about the action and the item. It's not about that person. It's not about that kid. It's not that they're lazy or they always or they never. It's right now in this moment, you haven't done that one thing I've asked you to. So let's go. All right, so another thing to do is, so always actions, not person. You know, the baby at the moment, I don't know where she's picked it up because I don't say it, is she's running around telling everyone they're naughty. You're naughty. Oh, you're naughty. So anytime you do anything, you're naughty. You're naughty. And I keep saying to her, no, they're not naughty. You don't like what they're doing. So, you know, one of them took her scooter the other day. Yesterday, I think it was. Took the scooter, scooting down the hall. You're naughty. You took my scooter. No, he's not naughty. You're just upset that he's taken your scooter. So taking your scooter is naughty. He's not naughty. So just such a subtle, tiny little difference. But when we're placing it on the action, taking your scooter is the naughty part, not you are a naughty person. Because if you keep telling those kids they're naughty, they'll become naughty. But if you're saying that taking the scooter is naughty, they've got a choice. They can choose to give that scooter back. So we always make sure that our focus of our criticism is on the action, not on the person. Okay, so the action, not the child, the child's not naughty, but the action that they're doing right now is naughty. Okay, they're really important. The other way to do it that's really, really good and will help you if you're a manager or you're doing this at work as well as with the kids is to sandwich everything. Ice cream sandwich it. So you would have heard it before, you know, positive, negative, positive. You know, I really like how responsible you've been with your sister lately. You've really been helping me out. Could you please make sure, though, that you don't take her toys without asking her first, because it really upsets her. You know, but I really do like that you've been helping her to put her shoes and stuff on in the morning. It helps me a lot. So positive, thanks for helping out with your sister. Negative problem that we want to fix is please don't take her toys without asking her because she loses the plot. Positive, you know, that stuff that you did this morning by helping with her shoes or doing this or that, it really helps me out and I really appreciate it. So that, you know, and then it's not like, oh, never do the right thing. It's, oh, I did the right thing. Oh, I need to fix that. Or oopsie daisy, okay, I can do that. And then, did the right thing, okay? So we want to make sure the kids are like, oh, okay, can always improve. Yeah, okay, I'm good. All right, and not to say that I'm cotton wooling. I don't agree with cotton wooling your children either, but then I guess cotton wooling would be positive, positive, positive. So there's always room to improve. And I always say to the kids, for all of us, there's always room to improve. For me, there's always room to improve. For, I can't think of anyone off the top of my head right now. Buddha, whoever, there's always room to improve. Even if you're at the top of your game, there's going to be something you can learn, something you can change, something you can improve on. And that's part of growth mindset, is to make sure that even, you know, you're not here or here, there's always little steps to improve. And even when you're at that growth mindset level, there's still things you can do to change and improve. And there's still going to be times where you say the wrong thing or you do the wrong thing and you're kicking yourself later on, but it's okay because you recognize it, you reflect and you change it later. Okay, and that is growth mindset. Not everything's perfect all of the time. And that includes criticism. So, you know, next time you catch yourself telling your child they are something, keep in mind that it's highly unlikely that they are that, and we don't want them to become that. So we need to make sure we focus on the action that they're doing that is the problem. And one of the best ways to resolve that is to go positive, negative, improvement, positive. All right, so that's it from me today, guys, about criticism. I hope this is helping you. If you have any questions, you can hit us up, hello@growkidsminds.com, and I will see you next week.